Taylor Swift isn't physically at every event, yet somehow she still manages to be at every event. Case in point, the Golden Globes quietly morphed into an unexpected Swift playlist, with insiders clocking Joe Alwyn and Charlie XCX sitting through it like they'd accidentally signed up for an emotional escape room. And according to sources, Taylor's presence was basically jogging laps around the ballroom all night long, despite her not even showing up.
Tell us what song, because I know you love your Taylor. You love the jams.
I never go out of style, is all I'll say.
Next up, The Traitors gets the full Swiftie effect when Stephen Cleety starts stressing that even saying Donna Kelce's name feels risky, like it's somehow cursed and guaranteed to summon chaos.
I don't want to throw Donna's name out there. It's like the Swifties are going to come for me.
After that, Travis Kelce makes a post-win pivot, putting his money where his heart is with a donation, while quietly rethinking what his next chapter looks like. And to close it out, Taylor's guitarist Paul Sadat drops a Bob Weir story that's pure heart melt. Now picture this. You're at the 2026 Golden Globes, dressed to the nines, trying to look deep, mysterious, and artsy, when Taylor Swift's music starts popping up everywhere, like that one friend who somehow ends up in the same cafe as their ex-Yep. Swift songs basically turn the entire ceremony into an unofficial mini Taylor concert, and the internet instantly flips into full detective mode, zooming in on faces in the crowd, like it's a nature documentary titled Ex-Boyfriend in His Natural Habitat. The timing makes it even spicier because Joe Alwyn is sitting right there in the audience on Sunday, January 11th, supporting his film Hamnet, which goes on to win Best Motion Picture Drama. Jessie Buckley also walks away with an individual win, so it's a huge night for that whole crew, just happening to unfold to a very familiar soundtrack.
This is not a normal feeling or situation to be in.
Except fans absolutely could not stop thinking about the background soundtrack doing gymnastics around Joe Alwyn's personal history. Welcome back to the Golden Globes, where the room heard Taylor Swift's The Fate of Otelia floating through the air, and within seconds the internet was basically filing imaginary workplace compensation claims on Joe's behalf. The vibe was polite applause on the outside and full-blown chaos in the group chat on the inside, because let's be real, 2 years after the breakup, the lore still lives rent-free in everyone's head. And because the universe has a flawless sense of humor, host Nikki Glazer made her entrance to style, proudly waving her Swiftie flag with all the subtlety of a full marching band.
Good evening, and welcome to the 82nd Golden Globes.
Later, Shake It Off shows up too, like the DJ woke up and said, "I choose chaos today," and hit play without hesitation.
Good evening, and welcome to the 83rd Golden Globes.
Fans are joking that Nikki basically turned the night into a sonic obstacle course for anyone carrying complicated, Taylor-adjacent memories.
Tell us what song, because I know you love your Taylor. You love the jams.
I never go out of style, is all I'll say.
Speaking of people getting emotionally jump-scared by a perfectly curated playlist, the real spicy subplot in that Golden Globes room was Charlie XCX sitting there while Taylor Swift's presence basically floated through the venue like Wi-Fi you can't turn off. Taylor's songs kept popping up all night, and while everyone else was sipping champagne and pretending to be totally fine, Charlie's name was the one fans kept circling in red marker like a full conspiracy board. This wasn't just awkward moment energy anymore. It was full pop culture courtroom vibes because the internet decided there was lore here and immediately clocked in for overtime. The whole Charlie versus Taylor narrative has been simmering for a while, and it really started bubbling over back in October when Swift's album The Life of a Showgirl dropped. Fans instantly started treating, actually romantic, like a musical subtweet with a beat. The title alone had people doing the Leonardo DiCaprio pointing meme because it felt just a little too close to Charlie's "Everything is Romantic." And you already know Swifties can smell a parallel from 3 zip codes away. A lot of the speculation swirled around lyrics fans read as subtle side-eye toward Charlie's alleged drug use and her connection to Maddie Healy, because nothing fuels the internet quite like tossing an X into the mix. The funniest part is that nobody has officially fed the drama. Both artists have stayed pretty tight-lipped about any feud rumors, which somehow makes people talk about it even more, like silence is the new Morse code. Fans think Charlie's thrown a little shade here and there since that album era kicked off. Nothing with a neon sign screaming, "This is about Taylor," but just enough to inspire late-night PowerPoint presentations. Meanwhile, Charlie is being peak Charlie, glamorous, unbothered adjacent, and still ending up in the middle of a pop world soap opera without saying a single direct word. And while that Swiftie force field energy is still floating around pop culture like perfume you can't wash off, it somehow shows up in most unexpected place, a Scottish castle full of reality TV mind games. Because The Traitor Season 4, Episode 3 turned into a full Don't Poke the Bear lesson starring Donna Kelce. Stephen Cletus, yes, Laguna Beach Stephen, now 39 and still serving I Know Secrets face, learned pretty quickly that competing against Taylor Swift's soon-to-be mother-in-law is like playing dodgeball against someone with an entire internet army on standby. Donna walked into the game with what Stephen basically described as the strongest armor in the room. Not because she had a secret shield in her blazer, but because nobody wanted to be the person who said her name out loud and then immediately got digitally suplexed by Swifties with Wi-Fi and unlimited free time.
Also had the strongest armor going into the show because as soon as people started throwing her name around, everyone was like, I don't want to throw Donna's name out there. It was like the Swifties are going to come for me. It's like, so everyone was afraid of the Swifties right off the jump.
The second Donna's name started getting tossed around, the entire round table went weirdly polite, like everyone suddenly remembered their manners all at once. Contestants were acting like they'd just been asked to insult someone's grandma at Thanksgiving. Nobody wanted that smoke. And honestly, it's relatable, because the Swiftie fan base doesn't argue, it litigates. Stephen reportedly clocked the fear immediately, with people basically agreeing, let's vote out literally anyone else, including a lamp, before we say Donna Kelce out loud. But here's the plot twist that sent the group chat into orbit. Despite all that hesitation, Donna still got banished in episode 3. And then, boom, she revealed she was the show's first ever secret traitor. The room exploded because nothing hits harder than realizing the sweetest looking person in a castle was quietly playing chess, while everyone else was busy eating the complimentary scones.
I know I'm the sacrificial lamb, but I think I'm gonna go, but you got yourself a traitor!
Sources described Donna's exit as the perfect mix of mic drop energy and wholesome mom vibes. She admitted the traitor role was tough, said she gave it her absolute best, and got emotional talking about how genuinely joyful the entire experience was for her at this stage of her life.
I gave it my best shot. This has been a dream come true. These are happy tears that I get to do this at this point in my life.
While reality TV dished out plot twists, Travis Kelce was busy racking up real-life points, basically speedrunning good guy mode. On January 7th, he won the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Charity Challenge and turned it into a $35,000 donation to Operation Breakthrough. This marked his third win in the fan-voted contest, repeat behavior we love to see, kind of like re-watching your comfort show, but with charity cash instead of snacks. What really got people talking this time was where he sent the money. Travis didn't funnel the winnings through his own 87 and running foundation like he did in 2020 and 2024. Instead, he chose an established Kansas city nonprofit. The move is especially notable since Taylor Swift recently donated $250,000 to the same organization, which focuses on safe educational spaces for kids in poverty and support for their families. Basically, it's giving power couple vibes, but with real community impact. Behind the scenes, charity watchdogs have been keeping an eye on 87 and running's spending. One leader suggested that donating to an established charity made sense short-term, while the foundation sorted out paperwork and oversight. Insiders also note the foundation's long-term support of Operation Breakthrough's Ignition Lab Teen Workforce program, so this wasn't a random choice. Still, federal tax records reviewed by a major outlet raised eyebrows, showing that the foundation spent about 41 cents of every dollar on charitable activities over 3 years, while also paying hundreds of thousands to A&A Management Group, a company co-founded by Travis's business managers. Aaron Eintz, Travis's business manager and executive director, said some filings were miscategorized and that corrections, plus board expansion and tighter oversight, were coming. Then there's the football side of things. Off-field headlines are sprinting, while his on-field future is taking its time. Travis hasn't decided whether he'll return for a 14th NFL season after the Chiefs close the year with a 14-12 loss to the Raiders. Sources say his decision could come quickly, or require a proper sit-down moment, just like last year.
Honestly, I've been just focused on trying to win football games, man. I'll let that be a decision that I make with my family, friends, the Chiefs organization, when the time comes.
While Travis is still weighing his next move, the music world collectively wiped tears and went, not this. Taylor Swift's longtime guitarist, Paul Sadat, just shared a heart-melting story that's got deadheads and Swifties holding hands like the ending of a Disney movie. It started when news broke that Bob Weir had passed. Instead of making it dramatic, Paul offered a simple, genuinely kind memory from years ago. Here's how it went. After leaving an arena post show, a young girl started screaming Paul's name like she'd spotted a rare Pokemon. Paul paused, signed her homemade shirt, posed for a quick photo, thinking that was the whole interaction. But then the girl called over her dad, who turned out to be Bob Weir. Yes, the rock legend himself. Paul reportedly couldn't believe it. The two ended up chatting for about 20 minutes, with Bob being unexpectedly warm, complimentary, and downright disarming. And it gets even sweeter. Bob didn't just vanish like a celebrity ghost. He allegedly gave Paul his phone number and invited him and his wife to California, teasing a wine-tasting tour like two adults who could actually discuss oak notes. Life, of course, had other plans. The visit never happened, but Paul framed the invitation as the kind of unforgettable generosity you don't forget. Bob Weir passed peacefully at 78 on January 10th after battling lung issues and a history of cancer. Since then, tributes have poured in from across the industry, and Paul's story landed straight in fans' hearts. That's all for this video. See you next time.